Hi, welcome back to Learning Unit 2, Theme 1. This is video 3. And what we're going to look at right now is the digital side of multimodality. So the first thing I want to draw your attention to is application-based assessment, revision, and practice. So what this means is allowing your learners to play games. Now, we are talking here specifically about online games. So don't be shy to make use of these if you can. If the learners have some sort of device with them, Kahoot, it's cliched, but they all love it. If you're looking for classroom management tools, you find online classroom management games, like Classcraft used to be one. So there are so many ways you can gamify your classroom using online tools. If you don't have access to online tools, you can look at what online tools there are, get ideas, and then what you can do is you can adapt them so you don't need an online platform. So gamification is always a great way to get the learners involved in your lesson. But for that, we need digital literacy. Now, digital literacy refers to having the skills to live, learn, and work in a society where communication and access to information is increasing. Digital literacy means you can use technology. You are able to function with it. Digital fluency refers to being more competent than merely literate. Fluency means using digital means to improve learning experiences. This can only come from regular access and engagement with digital tools. So essentially, your digital literacy means you know how to use the tools. If you are digitally fluent, you are using the tools at a much more expansive use. You are using them to create new things, to enhance learning. It's the difference between being literate in a language and fluent in a language. Literate means you can read. Fluent means you know how to use it pretty much perfectly. So that is the big difference. There are going to be learners in your class who are digitally literate, which means they can use the digital tools. There are going to be learners who are digitally fluent, which means they can use these tools at a very advanced level. But then we have the digital divide. Now, this is a very important concept because not everyone has access to digital tools. So there is going to be a divide between those who have access to digital tools and can become literate and can with time become fluent, and those learners who do not have access to digital tools at all. What's really, really important is that you are aware that this divide exists. So when you create a task, and you think this is fantastic, they're going to use technology, they love using technology, they're going to put together a video presentation with screen recordings and whatnot, you have to remember, not every learner has access to the digital means to create that presentation. They might not have access to a computer at home. They might not have access to internet. Don't forget things like load shedding. So when you are creating anything that requires digital input, you have to adapt it for those people who have no access and very little knowledge, all the way through to those who are very advanced. So things like booking time in the school's computer lab, making sure that you give them enough time that those who have to use the school's technology, they have the time to do that. They can stay after school and use the computers there. You have to make sure that the access that all the students have is capable of doing what you've asked them to do. So if they're using the school computer and the school computer can't do screenshots, then that's a problem. So you need to be very, very aware of the students' ability and their access to technology.